Today, new evidence of just how unreliable our memory can be, and simple brain hacks for a more accurate memory. Hi, I'm Graeme Newell. My speeches and webinars show you how to use the latest brain science insights to avoid costly mistakes. Click subscribe and the bell below to see more of my videos. They're called flashbulb memories, big events whose details are firmly etched in our minds.
You're looking at the World Trade Center. We understand that a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center.
It might be a tragedy.
The world is in shock. Diana, Princess of Wales, is dead, and Britain is in mourning.
It could be a wonderful rite of passage. Each of us can clearly recall where we were, how we felt, and who was with us. More than 20 years later, here's my flashbulb memory of the 9/11 crashes. I first saw them on an airport television. I just arrived in San Francisco and I started desperately calling my family to let them know I wasn't on one of those doomed planes. So is my memory accurate? Well, researchers who study memory say that odds are at least one of my major recollections from that day never actually happened. Tons of studies reveal that our memory of both big and small events is usually quite inaccurate. 24 hours after the shuttle explosion, researchers asked college students to fill out a questionnaire recounting their experience of that day. Then, 2.5 years later, they gave the same students the same questionnaire again. What's fascinating is that no one gave the same answers that were written down right after the event. Half got only one answer correct, and 25% got a score of 0. But here's the really interesting part. Researchers pointed out the discrepancies between each student's original answers and their most recent recollections. Believe it or not, most of the students tended to trust the accuracy of their most recent recall, not the one 24 hours after the event. When presented with clear evidence that their current memories were wrong, they simply refused to believe it. And when they asked the students if they'd ever seen the questionnaire before, 75% of them said no, that it was brand new to them. This, despite the fact both questionnaires were in the students' own handwriting. Every time we recall an episodic memory from our brain, it gets changed just a little. And before it's reshelved, we overwrite the old version. So we're really not remembering the actual event. We're actually remembering what we remembered the last time we accessed the memory. It's sort of like the old whisper game where a phrase is passed from person to person and gets horribly distorted. Every time you touch a memory, you change it. So how can you improve the accuracy of your memories? You've got to stop relying on your fickle brain and chronicle using something much more reliable, a written record. Learn to become a perpetual note taker. This simple step has 2 benefits. Number 1, writing down facts forces us to organize the information. This burns a more accurate picture into our memory. And number 2, by reading those notes again and again, you'll have multiple chances to imprint the correct memory without all the distortions that time inevitably imposes. Right now, I'm working on another video on how cognitive biases tempt us to make bad choices. If you'd like to be alerted when that video is completed, just click on my face below to subscribe. And be sure to click that alert bell too. And I've created tons more videos on how brain science can help you make smarter choices. Click on the box right here to see that full playlist now. I'm Graeme Newell, and that's Better Decisions Through Brain Science.